Let me tell you a story. It's about this old guy from Omaha, Nebraska. Loves his cherry Coke, loves his McDonald's. And he makes a bet that on the surface sounds absolutely insane. He puts up $1 million of his own money against the biggest, sharpest brains on Wall Street. And the bet itself? Well, it was designed to expose a simple truth about money that the financial world really hopes you never figure out.
Okay, so picture it. The year is 2007. The challenge he throws down is just so simple it's almost insulting. He says, look, a totally passive fund, basically just a basket of stocks that sits there and does absolutely nothing, is going to beat the pants off the so-called smart money for the next 10 years. And you know what? The experts, they laughed. They literally thought it was free money.
But fast forward 10 years, and the result wasn't just a win. Oh no, it was a complete and utter massacre. That boring, do-nothing index fund, it delivered a 126% return. The elite, high-fee, genius hedge funds, a measly 36%. And this proves such a powerful lesson. When it comes to investing, more effort, more complexity, more genius, it does not guarantee you better results.
And this, right here, brings us to the absolute core question of this entire explainer. I mean, if the path to building wealth is really that straightforward, why do so many people, we're talking like 90% of beginners, end up losing money when they start? Well, the answer isn't in some complicated financial chart. It's actually a lot closer to home. So over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the blueprint together. We're going to look at the psychological traps that we all fall into, the simple math Wall Street hopes you just ignore, and crucially, how to survive the market storms that are going to come. And finally, what the real prize, the real goal of all this truly is.
So this brings us to the first huge insight. The single biggest obstacle standing in your way on your financial journey, it's not the economy, it's not some Wall Street shark. It is 100% the person staring back at you in the mirror. See, your own human nature is basically rigged to work against you.
And to really get this, let's meet a character that Warren Buffett talks about all the time. His name is Mr. Market. Now imagine he's your business partner. The only problem is he's completely emotionally unstable. And every single day, he's in your face trying to get you to act on his wild, crazy mood swings.
Some days, Mr. Market is just euphoric. He's screaming at you, buy, 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 at these ridiculously high prices, creating this massive fear of missing out. But then on other days, he's terrified. He's whispering that the world is ending, and you need to sell everything for pennies on the dollar. Now, what do beginners do? They listen to this lunatic. They buy high and they sell low, letting their emotions just completely dictate their financial future.
So how in the world do you defeat this enemy inside you? Well, you don't try to outsmart him. That's a losing game. Instead, you build a structure, a fortress so solid that his moods just can't shake it. You stop being a gambler and you become an architect. And every good architect has a blueprint.
And this blueprint, it really just rests on 3 solid pillars. Number 1, building that fortress of emotional temperament. Number 2, mastering the simple, some might even say boring, but incredibly powerful math of compounding. And number 3, knowing your limits, knowing the boundaries of your own knowledge. We call that your circle of competence.
Let's talk about that boring math for a second. Okay, here's a statistic that sounds totally fake, but I promise you it's 100% real. Warren Buffett made 99% of his entire net worth after his 50th birthday. Think about that. This isn't about getting crazy high returns. It's about having a long, long runway. It is all about time.
You know, the best way to picture this is the bamboo tree analogy. Imagine you plant a bamboo seed. For the first year, you water it, you wait, you see nothing. Year 2, same thing. Year 3, still nothing. Year 4, you're feeling like a total fool. Then, in year 5, it explodes 80 feet into the air in just 6 weeks. Impatient investors, they quit in year 3, right before all the magic happens.
And that third pillar is about discipline. Your circle of competence is simply the stuff you genuinely understand. You know, Buffett famously has a box on his desk, and it's labeled too hard. If he can't understand a business in a few minutes, he doesn't try to be a hero. He just tosses in the box and moves on.
And the danger of stepping outside that circle, it's catastrophic. Back in the 90s, there was this hedge fund run by Nobel Prize-winning geniuses. It was called long-term capital management. And it blew up spectacularly because they made these complex bets on things their models said were impossible. As Buffett said, they risked everything they had needed for something they didn't have and didn't need. Just foolish.
Okay, so even if you have the perfect blueprint,
There are these invisible forces constantly working to tear it down. These are the silent killers. They prey on activity, they prey on impatience, and they act like a hidden tax on your wealth.
I mean, just look at this comparison. You've got Patient Jill, she buys an index fund, and she just holds on. Then you've got Action Jack. He's trading every month, trying to be smart, trying to time the market. Now, they both get the same 10% return before costs. But after fees and taxes from all that trading, Jack's real return drops to 7%. Over 30 years, that small difference cost him $1 million. He lost a fortune just by being active. So you might think, okay, fine, I'll just hold cash. It's safe. Wrong. So wrong. Cash is not a safe haven. It's a melting ice cube. Inflation is a guaranteed loss. It's like a silent thief that sneaks in every single night and steals a little piece of your purchasing power while you're asleep. So, you've built your fortress. You've learned to avoid the silent killers. Now comes the ultimate test. This is the moment for every single investor that separates the tourists from the architects. I'm talking about a full-blown market crash.
This quote from Buffett just perfectly captures the difference in mindset. It's 1974, the market is an absolute horror show, Wall Street feels like a ghost town, and Buffett isn't scared. He's euphoric. Why? Because he saw a fire sale, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy incredible businesses for pennies on the dollar.
See, during a crash, two paths open up. There's the tourist. He's checking his portfolio every hour, feeling actual physical pain. He follows the panicked herd and sells everything at the bottom just for that feeling of safety. Then there's the architect. She feels the exact same fear, but she acts on logic. She knows you're supposed to be greedy when others are fearful. She understands that the storm isn't a disaster, it's a safe.
So you have to ask yourself, and be really honest here. When the panic sets in, when everyone around you is screaming, sell, which one are you going to be? Because your answer to that one single question, well, that's going to determine your entire financial future.
And all of this leads us to the final and I think the most important idea of all. If you think the whole point of this discipline is just to see a big number in a bank account, you've kind of missed the point. The real prize is something so much more valuable than that.
The goal isn't status, it's independence. It's about learning to live by an inner scorecard, not an outer scorecard. The inner scorecard is what you know is right. The outer scorecard is what other people think. The real prize is the ability to sleep soundly at night, knowing you've made the right decision, even if the entire world is telling you that you're a fool.
Buffett boils this all down with his punch card rule. Imagine this. When you're born, you get a punch card with only 20 punches on it. And that represents every investment you can make in your entire life. Think about it. Would you waste a punch on some random hot tip or a meme stock? Of course not. You'd become incredibly selective, unbelievably patient, and you'd be absolutely convicted in every decision you made.
So, there you have it. The blueprint is in your hands. The materials you need are time, patience, and rationality. The storms, they will come. That's a guarantee. The only question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. When the dust finally settles, will you have been the tourist who panicked and fled, or will you be the architect who built something that lasts?